should go without saying, before doing any new joints, clean up your old ones. Stuff gets in there, it'll cause the melting of the Danfoss to be contaminated, which can cause little bubbles.
Okay. There's somebody here for you.
Oh,
This. I put it up here.
There. Happy Valentine. Will you be my Valentine's?
I'm all yours, Richard.
I put it up here, dude.
Thanks, man.
I had you.
That's pretty good. Surprised they're doing Valentine's stuff already. So the good thing about using emery cloth is it has the abrasive on it is aluminum flake, and it's okay if it kind of gets on your joints because the aluminum will melt and dissipate faster than the other metal would. It's handy. Are you?
What, you? 2 times with a screwdriver and that fan.
Put stuff on there again.
I didn't put this on. I just put that on.
Alright. So the new compressor will come with new rubber feet,
Oh, you want this side, right?
a new switch,
You want to sit down?
a new capacitor. It comes with everything related to said compressor. To get it in place, grab your rubber feet, match them up with the ones on your old compressor. You want to put them in the same spot. If you can see over there, they're all in these spots. So you can pop these suckers in there. That would be before you even put in the new compressor, it'd be a good idea to. Nah, never mind. I was gonna say you could put it in your fan motor now, but you kind of want that shroud out of the way for the eval assembly. If it was just the compressor, then yeah, you'd swap that fan motor out now. Okay. So as you can see, it's got little caps on the input and output of the compressor from the factory. It has a vacuum inside of it. So if you listen real close as you do this, you hear it sucks in a little bit of air. Which is again why
Another reason to,
yeah, we evacuated at the very end. So I just kind of crimp and crimp and crimp and pull and crimp until it comes off. I'm sure there's a better way of doing this, but I haven't figured it out yet. Nailed it. Now, as you can see, this pipe here is larger in diameter than the return line of the compressor. So you can see the two inputs, the suction. Actually, I'm sorry, that's the suction, and then you have the larger line that goes into the top of the dome. That's going to be your return line, and then your output is always going to be the lowest
hot one, right?
Yeah, that's the hot one.
Okay, sure.
So as you can see, the diameter of this pipe is larger than the return on the compressor. So what you're going to end up doing is using a tube that goes on the outside, which means you gotta emery cloth the heck out of this to get all the black paint off of it, which is always fun. And it does have a little groove in here too that you kind of need to. It's not as important, you can get around it. Wow. All right. by just going far enough over it so you're getting your contact here. But I like to get as much of it out as possible. Okay, Henry Cloth. Just keep turning.
But if you were to braze a fitting onto that was larger than that, and then fit inside the other piping.
What they had.
Yeah, you don't really want to reduce, 'cause it'll raise the pressure inside the return line right at the end. It's kind of like putting a little tip on your exhaust pipe on your car or something like that.
Okay.
It'll restrict the flow a little bit. Just keep things. Well, you don't want to go huge. Just because you're gonna have to use a lot of freaking Danfoss to try and fill those gaps. But there you go. That's good enough. So then, because of this scenario here, I'm gonna have to get a little bit creative. What did you just say?
You think about a tight butthole hole. You want to it'll be hard to get shit out.
No.
Jesse, be too loose, because then it'll just.
Jesse, you're done. So before you do any sort of fitment, you get the thing in place. Got your little spacers. This actually keeps it from when you tighten your bolt on there with the washer. It actually keeps it from tightening all the way. So it's actually, you can see that it doesn't go all the way down. It keeps it so it's rubber mounted. It decreases vibration in the machine itself. So you're not, you're not vibrating when you're trying to work with it. Although some people may be into that kind of thing. Jesse.
What? What are you talking about?